friends, welcome to Rocks for Brains. My name is Lauren and today we are in beautiful Yavapai County, Arizona. We are in a BLM site called Burro Creek and we're going to be looking for some purple agates and maybe some dendritic opals. We've got all of these beautiful rock layers behind me here and we're going to have to get across the water. So we're going to walk around and see if we can get to the other side because I need to get into those tuff layers and see if I can find some of that magnesite and white, maybe opal stuff and maybe some purple agates. So since I've never been here before, I wanted to find out what the geology was of the area because I needed to know a little bit more about where to find the purple agate and maybe some opal. So I found a U.S. Geological Survey mineral report, which I'll put in the comments. I'll put the link for that in the comments. But I'm just going to read the description of what it says because it kind of explains it the best. So the area is in the structural transition zone between the Colorado Plateau and the Basin and Range physiographic province. Proterozoic, granitic, and metamorphic rocks are extensively exposed in the region. The area has deposits of bentonite, magnesite, and occurrences of agate, and they're in a section of faulted and slightly folded tertiary tuffaceous lacustrine rocks. Whew. That's a lot to unpack. Okay, so bentonite, think bentonite clay, volcanic ash, think kitty litter. This is the stuff that clay clumping kitty litter is made of. And I think at some point, maybe not anymore, but it was also used to thicken milkshakes. So you maybe have some clay in your milkshakes. Magnesite, that is magnesium carbonate. So for the chemistry nerds out there, that's MgCO3. And when you have that plus some silicon dioxide, you get colorful agate and hopefully some opals, maybe even some dendritic opals, so opals with little tree-looking patterns in them. We're going to see what we can find, but this helps me know where to look. Because the other things that were in the description, you have tuffaceous rocks, so tuff or volcanic ash that is compressed into rock. So we're looking for that very fine sediment volcanic ash rocks. This area we're kind of in the structural boundary between the uplifted Colorado Plateau and the lower Basin and Range areas. And so this area's got a lot of faulting and it exposes a lot of different kinds of rocks, some volcanic rocks, granite, basalt, and you have metamorphic rocks, and some of these things are what we're going to be looking for, hopefully, in the creek, and because that's what has been exposed and eroded. Got Mr. Rocks for Brains walking along ahead here, checking out the spots. I think this is where we need to be. This looks like the tuff or the volcanic rocks. And those are pretty good layers. So I think what we need to do, from what I've read anyway, is take the rock hammer and look for some really white spots. It also looks like there's some almost like conglomerates in here, so we're gonna look a little more and see what else is in here. This is interesting. I don't really know what it is, but it's kind kind of like a pale green and orange. It's very fragile too, so some pretty interesting chunks in here. Still haven't really found exactly what we're looking for though, so we're gonna keep going. Maybe we'll have to get the rock hammer out and start smashing. It's pretty warm out today. Got a lot of this vegetation near where we're walking, so definitely keep an eye out for some snakes. I actually like those little sneaky danger noodles, but you know, I wouldn't mind seeing one. Definitely don't want to get bit by one though. So definitely keeping an eye. Well, this is proving to be a little bit more challenging than expected. Don't really know what I'm looking for, unfortunately. And it took a little longer for us to get here, so we don't have a whole lot of time. I think we're probably going to walk along the edge here and then go back across the creek and maybe look in the cobbles, see what we can find in there. But what we are seeing is a lot of these little green rocks, which have little crystals in them. Kind of look like peridot, but I'm not sure they are. I don't think they are. We'll see. I'll show you what they look like. So these are really interesting green rocks. They do have some crystals in there. Very fragile. Not really sure what they are. Little spider web. I wonder where the spider is. So I think this might be the layer we want to look in. I'm not sure. It's really fragile. I did just find this, which has some really interesting green crystals in it. I might try to get some of that out. Take that home with me, because that is pretty interesting and I like the colors. Whoa. I think we found some. This looks kind of like that milky texture. I don't know if someone else put this here or if it's been washed down. But it looks like there's some color in there too, so it's definitely too big for me to take the whole thing. Might break some chunks off of there and just get some samples off that side. Well, that's a lot harder than I expected it was going to be. I got a few chips off of it. Not really that impressive, but it's still kind of cool. Might shine up well. Yeah, we'll take them. Well, it's not a purple agate, but it's an agate, and it's really cool. Has a couple different bands and layers in there. Some peach colors. That's coming home for sure. Hello. Cow's like, what are you doing on my lawn? I'm eating my dinner. Hello, Mr. Cow. Huh. Well, I found some more of that green crystal stuff. I think it's olivine. It's usually associated with basalt rocks, and this looks like basalt. There's some bigger pieces there. Still really no sign of the purple agates. I definitely not want to be back here after a rain. This is prime for flash flooding. Oh yeah. Got a little baby saguaro up there though. Eking out his existence. No arms yet. Well, kind of got skunked this time. But it was a good scouting trip, and we'll be able to come back, maybe camp and have a little bit more time. And I really wanted to get some purple opal today. It's my birthday and I want it! Okay, well, it was my birthday yesterday when I'm recording this, but not when you're watching it. The sentiment stands. I realize I keep saying purple opal. I mean purple agate. 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 Even though this was tougher than I expected. Get it? Tough. We did find some pieces of agate. A cool little banded one. So not a completely wasted day. Of course, it's just fun being outside anyway. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you do, please like and subscribe. And until next time, try to learn something new every day. Bye!